Let's now go to spleen patterns. Let's discuss retention of damp heat in the spleen. This concept is due to the accumulation of damp heat in the middle jaw, leading to disturbances of the functions of the spleen and stomach in transporting and transforming. It is also called damp heat in the middle jaw or damp heat in the spleen and stomach. The key symptoms would be functional impairment of the spleen and stomach in transporting and transforming, along with retention of damp heat at the same time. The analysis of this pattern is caused by invasion of the damp heat pathogen or excessive intake of acrid, warm, fatty, sweet foods, or alcoholic drinks, which produces damp heat. In clinical manifestations, the fullness in the abdomen, poor appetite, nausea, loose stools with a foul odor, heaviness of the body and limbs, thirst with desire for drinking in small sips, rising and falling fever, which cannot be relieved after sweating, jaundice of the skin and sclera with a fresh bright yellow color, itching, a red tongue with a yellow sticky coating, and a soft and rapid pulse. In the analysis of damp heat in the spleen pattern, the retention of damp heat in the spleen causes it fails when it fails to transport and transform. It causes fullness in the abdomen, poor appetite, and nausea. If the damp heat obstructing the chi activity, it causes loose stool with a foul odor. When steaming of the liver and gallbladder leading bile to flow outward to the skin, it causes jaundice skin and sclera, a bright yellow color, itching of the skin. When dampness accumulates in the body and limbs, it causes heaviness of the body and limbs. When dampness prevents heat approaching the body surface, it causes rising and falling fever, which cannot be relieved after sweating, thirst with the desire to drink in small sips, and a yellow urine. Also, a red tongue with a yellow sticky coating and a soft and rapid pulse are indicative of damp heat accumulating in the spleen. In the retention of damp heat in the spleen pattern, the pathology would be interior exuberance of dampness encumbers the spleen, which fails to transport and transform. The clinical manifestations would be fullness or pain in the epigastrium and abdomen, poor appetite, nausea, yellow color of the skin and sclera, loose stools, a feeling of heaviness, a greasy tongue coating, and a soft pulse. The pathology would be damp heat accumulation, failure to transform and transport, and in clinical manifestations, it would be fresh yellow skin and yellow sclera, itching of the skin, loose stools with a foul odor, thirst with a desire to drink in small sips, fever which cannot be relieved after sweating, a red tongue with a yellow sticky coating, and a soft and a rapid pulse. In a damp in a cold dampness encumbering the spleen pattern, the pathology would be the same, the clinical manifestations would also be the same, but the pathology it would be interior exuberance of cold dampness encumbering the spleen yang. The clinical manifestations would be smoky, yellow skin and sclera, edema, scanty urine, abdominal pain with preference for warmth, profuse leukorrhea, and large tongue. This is the differentiation of damp heat in the spleen and coldness encumbering the spleen. The comparison of damp heat the retention of damp heat in the spleen pattern, the common symptoms would be fever, loose stools, yellow urine, red tongue with a white sticky coating, and a soft and rapid pulse. The location would be in the middle jaw, and the different symptoms would be fullness or pain in the epigastrium and abdomen, poor appetite, and nausea. The damp heat in the large intestine pattern, the common symptoms would be the same. The location would be in the large intestine, and the different symptoms would be in abdominal pain, Flooding diarrhea, diarrhea with pus and blood, or dysentery. The damp heat in the spleen, the etiology, exterior damp heat, eating contaminated or unclean food, possible background, spleen chi deficiency. The signs and symptoms would be fullness of the epigastrium and lower abdomen, epigastric or abdominal pain, poor appetite, feeling of heaviness, thirst without desire to drink, nausea or vomiting, loose stools with offensive odor, yellow urine, heavy, cumbersome limbs, tenesmus, feeling of heat, low-grade fever, unabated by sweating, headache, bitter taste, and yellow sclera. The pulse would be slippery and rapid or soggy. The tongue would be red, sticky, yellow coating. The treatment principle we can use would be to clear heat, resolve dampness, and regulate the intestines. The acupuncture treatment we can use the spleen 9, which resolves lower burner damp heat. Do 9 resolves damp heat. Ladder 20 resolves dampness. Ren 9 harmonizes intestines. Stomach 22 regulates intestines. Bladder 22 regulates spleen and stomach. Stomach 25 regulates large intestines. Spleen 6 resolves damp heat. Large intestine 11 clears heat and resolves damp. Gallbladder 34 resolves damp heat. Ren 11 harmonizes middle burner. Stomach 28 regulates lower burner. And large intestine 4 clears heat. For yellowing of blood or eyes, drain liver 3 and gallbladder 34. For itchy skin, add spleen 10. For pronounced heat, drain we can use do 14 and prick large intestine 1 to bleed. We can needle with drainage but no moxa. The relevant advice it is essential that a person with chronic damp heat invading the spleen avoids as far as possible food and beverages that create damp heat, dampness, or heat. It is usually not enough to avoid sugar, sweets, cake, and so on. They should also avoid dried fruits, stevia, artificial sweeteners, and anything else that has a concentrated sweet flavor. Alcohols, hot spices, including chili, pepper, chocolate, and garlic will also be problematic, as will dairy products. Whilst they should avoid things that create damp heat, they should try to consume a diet that is beneficial for the spleen. Thank you for your attention.
Oh.